Hi friends, it's Wednesday. Time for midweek messages. I'm not going to lie, my energy today has been all over the map and I almost didn't do this. But I didn't want to leave anybody hanging if you're having a tough week and needed some guidance. So without further ado, let's see what roadblocks the universe is throwing in your way this week and formulate a plan to help you get through. I'm going to do 2 readings today. As always, both will be linked to a timestamp below in the description. So once you choose your group, just go down below in the description and click on that timestamp. It'll take you directly to your reading, so you don't have to scroll through any of the video that you don't want to watch. If you want to watch the whole video, that's fine. Whatever you feel is right and is going to help you this week, then that's what you should do. So the groups this week, again, this day has just been crazy energy, and so I wanted to kind of keep things light. So group 1 is going to be this Squeaky crab, and group 2 is going to be this baby Wack-a-Mole game. So group 1, the Squeaky crab, and group 2 is the Wack-a-Mole. I've also pulled some mudra cards ahead of time. Since Wednesday reading is all kind of about helping you get through the week, I wanted to use this new deck that I have that is mudras, and mudras are hand positions, if you're not familiar with them, that you can use to summon certain energies, basically for assistance. So I thought that this would be appropriate for our Wednesday reading. So the card that I have pulled with the baby crab is Compassion, and it is the Karuna Mudra. And the card that I have pulled for the baby Wack-a-Mole is Spaciousness, and it is the Akasha Mudra. So group 1, baby crab Karuna Mudra, and group 2, baby Wack-a-Mole Akasha Mudra. So take whatever time you need to choose your group, and I will see you there. Hi baby crab group 1. So what issues are you dealing with this week that you could use some assistance with? Spirit, what issues are group 1 dealing with that they could use some help with or some guidance? What issues do they have coming up for them this week? Okay. We got the 8 of Pentacles and we got the Tower. So, no matter how hard you work this week, nothing is working. I don't know how to put it any more succinctly than that. Everything is it's falling apart. You are working, you're meeting yourself coming and going, and I don't know if you are working that hard and then things are falling apart, or if you're working that hard because things keep falling apart. But regardless, the issue that you're dealing with here so far this week is that everything is disastrous. And you are working so hard to try and just keep things at bay. Not even necessarily make any headway. You're just trying to stay on even ground. So that's the issue that is going on for you guys this week. So sorry. So what is it that group 1 is hoping to accomplish? Spirit, can you give us some messages on what is group 1 hoping to accomplish this week? What are they hoping to accomplish? What is group 1 hoping to accomplish? Spirit, what is group 1 hoping to accomplish this week? What are they hoping the resolve for this particular issue might be? We got the Nine of Cups and we got the Lovers. So you're really, really hoping for a resolution in some emotional issues. You're hoping for somebody just to show you a little love. Yeah, that's really what you're at this point. You're just really hoping to get shown some love. I feel as though you are perhaps you might feel like you're kind of fighting against the tide, and you may feel like you're doing it alone. So really what you're hoping for is to have a little compassion, a little bit of understanding, maybe even some help with all of this that you're dealing with. And yeah, so that's what you are hoping to accomplish this week, is just to get some help, get some compassion. Even if nobody comes to help you, you want at least people to understand how tough your week has been and how hard things are for you right now, and maybe show you a little love because you're having such a hard week. So Spirit, what is Group 1 doing that's working for them? What are they doing that is working for them this week? Group 1, what are you doing that's working for you this week? Different deck. I just heard it. Different deck. Okay, I'll go with this one. Nope, this one doesn't feel right. Let's try this little guy. This is a brand new deck, so we'll see how this goes. This is also a brand new deck. Got some new tarot cards. Found a sale. So, sorry. Okay, so Group 1, what are you doing this week that's working for you? What are you doing that's working? What's Group 1 doing, Spirit, that is working for them, please? What is Group 1 doing that is working for them? These cards are still just a little sticky, so I'm not entirely sure which cards we need when they come out in a clump like that. Oops, there was one. Okay. Okay, well, so we got the Sun, the World, the Fool. So major arcana energy there, and very positive major arcana energy. We also got the Four of Pentacles. So what you're doing that's working for you is that you are maintaining a positive outlook. You are letting go of anything that you're not holding on to failures. You are going into each new situation with kind of a clean slate, a fresh perspective. Even though the last thing that you were just working on just fell apart, you're taking a minute to step back, kind of hold on to what you've got, get everything settled down again, and then you're starting fresh. You're finishing up the last thing that didn't work. You're closing that down. You're gathering up what you have, what resources you have. You're starting fresh, and you're keeping a very positive outlook about it. So that's what you're doing that's working for you. Beautiful, Group 1. Excellent. So, Group 1, what are you doing that is not working for you? Spirit, what is Group 1 doing that is not working for them? What are they doing that's just not working this week? What is Group 1 doing that is not working for them? All right, let's see what we got here. We got the Ten of Wands, we got the Nine of Swords, we got the Magician. Ten of Wands and the Nine of Swords is you are trying to carry too much work. You're trying to carry too much of a heavy burden on yourself, and it is really sapping you. It is just draining you, and this magical power that you have, you're the person. I feel like the reason that this is coming to you is because you're the person that everybody turns to when they need to figure something out, when they need a fix, when they need somebody who's going to know how to do everything. You're kind of the jack of all trades in the office, or if this is a friendship, a group of friends, perhaps. You're the one who always knows the best places to go. You're the one who knows the best things to do. You're the one who knows the place to get the stuff that you need to get, the best places to shop, the best deals, whatever it is. So you're the person that has that just magical touch. You know how to get everything done. You know how to find the best finds. If you don't know how to get something, or if you don't know how to do something, you'll find it out. But because of that, everybody is coming to you and they're dumping their load on you. And you are getting burned out. So that's not working for you. Being this person who can do every little thing is great on the surface, but if you don't set any boundaries, it's a disaster, and it is a huge burden, because everybody's going to bring everything to you. If they don't know how to do something, they're just going to come to you and they're going to expect you to drop everything for them in the moment, just to fix it for them, and that is wiping you out. So you need to set some boundaries. You need to stop being the person who does everything for everybody else. You need to make sure that others know that that you have your own job to do, or that you have your own life to live, or whatever the situation is. You can still be that person who knows all these things and can do all these things, but you just have to make sure that people are aware that you can't know all these things and do all these things all the time for everyone. You have to set some boundaries. You have to be able to do your own thing when you need to do your own thing. So you need to let people know that. All right, Spirit. Thank you for these messages. What is Group 1's gut trying to tell them? What is your gut telling you, your Group 1, which you may not be listening to, because a lot of times we don't listen to our gut. Our gut or our intuition. What is your intuition or your gut telling you about this situation? Spirit, what is Group 1's gut, intuition, telling them about this situation? We should always listen to our gut and our intuition, because it knows better than our head what we need to be doing. We can reason ourselves out of doing the right thing pretty easily, so we need to listen to our gut, because it doesn't lie to you. It doesn't really care to lie to you. It doesn't have any agenda. It just says, here's the right thing. Okay, so your gut is telling you, you've got the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords. Yeah, your gut is telling you walk away from the situations that are draining you. Yeah, your gut is back here saying you need to not just set boundaries, but you need to actually step away when it becomes too much. You need to cut the ties. You need to clean up your plate. You need to clarify what your duties are, what you can and can't do, what you need to do in particular. You need to get very clear on that, and you need to let everything else go. You need to cut everything else loose. Whatever is extra that is not really your stuff that you should have to deal with, cut it loose. You need to cut it loose. You need to clarify specifically what is your job, if this is a relationship issue, you need to clarify specifically what you are willing to do in the relationship, what you are expecting to get out of the relationship, what you'll put up with and what you won't, and what you hope for within the relationship too. So, whatever the situation is, there's some extra stuff that's getting put on your plate that doesn't belong there. So you need to clarify what that is, and then you need to cut loose, walk away from whatever is not yours. It's too much. You're taking on too much. So, Spirit, thank you for these messages. And can you please tell Group 1 what advice, we're calling in the departed now. So what advice do your departed loved ones or acquaintances or whoever's coming through for you? It can be the departed, it could be your spirit guides, could be guardian angels. It could be whatever guidance from a higher source is coming through. What advice do they have for you? All of this information really is pretty much from a higher source. But this specifically, what advice does your higher source, whatever that is, your loved ones, your guardian angels, your spirit team, what advice do they have for you? Okay. Okay, interesting here. We've got the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man. And the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man are both messages to sort of pull back. Sort of be very self-contained. You may not be able to actually physically pull away from a situation, but this is saying sort of keep your power within yourself. Don't give away all of your energy to somebody else. This is saying keep your energy to yourself. Don't lose all of your power to someone else. Don't just keep doing everybody else's stuff and never get to your stuff. So keep your energy for your own stuff, for what you need, the power that you need, the energy that you need. And these cards, the Eight of Wands and the King of Wands, basically, I think that this is telling you that you need to do this very, very soon. And you need to do this very decisively. Don't say, okay, well, I'll do this one more thing for Tom, and I'll do this one more thing for Bob, and I'll do this one more thing for Mary. No, you need to just say, I'm done. We're halfway through the week. I've gotten none of my own stuff done. Everything I've tried to accomplish has fallen apart because I haven't given it my full attention. So I need to give my stuff, my attention, and my energy. I need to be a little bit selfish. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you anything that's not yours. I'm just saying I can't do stuff that's not mine. So only keep your own stuff. Keep your own energy, keep your own work, keep your own, relationship. Maybe if this is with regard to a relationship or a group of friends, there may be other people who are dumping opinions on you or who are telling you what you should and shouldn't do with regard to he said, she said situation or something like that. Look for your own counsel. Take only what you believe, what you know to be true. Set those boundaries and do it now, and do it decisively. Don't do it halfway. Don't do it tomorrow. Do it now. So, Spirit, what's the best way for Group 1 to proceed? What is the best way for them to proceed for the rest of the week here? What's the best way for them to proceed, please, Spirit? What is the best way for Group 1 to proceed? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we got the Six of Cups, we got the Two of Cups, and we got the Temperance card. So the best way for you to proceed is to bring your emotions in line. Don't let your emotions get out of hand. Don't let them get extreme. Don't let them get the best of you. Don't look at the situation as an emotional one. Try and look at strictly the task at hand. Stay very calm. Stay very focused. Here we've got very, very mental energy. So think things through. See very clearly what it is that needs to get accomplished for you, and see very clearly what's not for you. But don't react overly emotionally to any of this. Don't get overly frustrated. Don't get angry with people when they want you to do something for them. They're coming to you because they trust you, even though they don't realize that maybe you've just got way too much on your plate already, and so you're getting stressed out and you're getting anxious and you're getting frustrated. Don't act from a place of emotion. Don't proceed this week from an emotional place, because that's going to backfire. That's actually going to make you lose even more of your energy that you're going to need to get things done. If you're just getting over emotional about everything, that emotion takes a lot of your energy, and it can create a lot of stress. So if you can at all possible, step back. We have that card somewhere here too. Oh, this one. Step back. Protect yourself. Heal yourself. Just go into yourself. Just step back. Take some time. Regroup. Even though it seems like you don't have any time because you've got so much you've got to get done, you actually will use less time and retain more energy if you step away from turmoil until you can kind of calm yourself down, and then step back and get the job done efficiently, or address the situation dispassionately or calmly, and so that will ultimately make things flow more easily for you. So that's how you want to proceed this week. So what are some signs, Spirit? What are some signs that Group 1 can look for to let them know that they're on the right track? What are some signs for them to watch for? Just some synchronicities or signs so that they can have some reassurance that things are going as planned, that things are going smoothly, that they're on the right track, that even though they may have doubts, they are taking the right path. Just need some signs for them to look out for, please. Okay. All right, so let's see here. What jumps out at me? We've got a lot of sharp objects. A lot of sharp objects. We've got a fish hook on this one. We've got a sword. We've got scissors. We've got some little swords here. And we've got a sickle. All of these are very, very sharp objects. So if as you're going about this craziness that you're trying to deal with, maybe you get a paper cut, your first inclination, of course, is going to be, or at least if it was my first inclination, I'd be pissed because it hurts, and annoyed. But that could be an indication that you are on the right track. And something like a paper cut, in a situation that you seem to be dealing with where everything is there's a lot of turmoil, sometimes it takes something that is really either eye-catching or some way grabs you, like pain, to get your attention, to let you know that yes, this is a sign. So there's a lot of sharp objects in these cards. So if you stab yourself with a push pin, if you cut yourself with a paper cut, if you some sort of a sharp object like that grabs your attention somehow, that could be a sign that you're on the right track. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got butterflies. So if you see butterflies, that could be a sign for you. We've got a heart on this one. So if you see a heart on something, then that could be a sign that you're on the right track. We have got, we've got a horse. See a horse? We've got a mouse. So that could be a sign for you, those types of animals. We have feathers. We have another number of feathers on these cards. So if you see feathers somewhere, if you come across a feather lying on the ground, always a great sign. But if you see, a picture of a feather or an actual feather, or if somebody's wearing feather earrings or something along those lines, that's a sign for you that you're on the right track. We've got some tools with long handles. We've got a broom and we've got a sickle that have long handles on them. So if you see somebody who is using some sort of a tool with a long handle, or perhaps somebody who has a cane, anything that's kind of a long stick like that, that could be a sign for you as well. We've got a couple of cards with a purple background. So purple could be something to look out for this week. Purple is also the color of the third eye chakra. So, if there's anything to do with seeing something out of the ordinary or unusual, or third eye insight can mean that something that you've looked at a million times before suddenly has a new meaning for you. If you see something like that, that's not only a sign that you're on the right direction, but whatever that new meaning is, that is very important for you. It's a new understanding. It's a higher level. It's leveling up. So that could be an important sign for you as well. We have got these teeny tiny little swords here, and we've got this pincushion with pins in it. So we've also got this, this frog has a boutonniere on, which would be pinned onto his jacket. And so if there is something to do with pins, that can be a sign for you. We've got a moose. I doubt anybody's going to be seeing an actual moose, but you may see something that relates to a moose. So let's see if anything else jumps out at me here. I think those are the biggest takeaways for me from these cards. Let me show you each one of them just in case you see something. Blue socks in that one. Somebody have socks that are an odd match to their outfit, like this. That could be a sign for you. There's this one. We've got blue and red matched up in this one, as well as the one here, blue and red. On this one, it's actually blue and red and gold, which are primary colors. So that may have some significance for you. Let's see, on that flag there appears to be, looks to be some sort of a flower, perhaps a petunia, so that could be relevant. And finally this card. So, and again, we've got the red and gold there. So if any of those things jump out at you this week, or if you saw something else on the cards that you noticed and it pops up sometime during the week, that could be a message for you to let you know that keep going, you're on the right track. So finally, what outcome can Group 1 look forward to, Spirit? What outcome can they expect this week or hope for? What outcome is most likely for them this week, please, Spirit? What outcome is most likely for Group 1 this week, please? What outcome for Group 1? Well, I'm not sure what to make of this. We got the Ten of Swords and we got the Page of Cups. So my take on this is that your week is probably going to not end on a particularly high note with regard to whatever this situation is, but you're going to have someone who loves you and will comfort you and let you know that next week's a new week. That's kind of the message that I get here. Yeah, the week might just be kind of a loss right now. It may not turn out great. It might just be kind of too far gone already, but you've got this person in your corner that's always going to be there for you, and that's really what's more important. Spirit, could we have some additional clarification, please, on the Ten of Swords for Group 1? Yeah. So we got the Three of Swords as a clarifier for the Ten of Swords. So yes, basically, your week's probably not going to be great. It's probably going to end up about as frustrating as it is right now. But by employing some of these tactics that we've put in place here, it at least won't go completely off the rails. But it's not going to get a whole lot better, unfortunately. But again, you've got somebody who you're very important to them, and they will support you and they'll be there for you. Spirit, can we please have some clarification on the Page of Cups for Group 1, please? Clarification on the Page of Cups. Clarification on the Page of Cups for Group 1, please. The Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Yeah, this is just somebody who's going to have your back no matter what. The two of you, this is one other person, and the two of you are basically inseparable. And this person, no matter what anybody says about you, no matter what happens to you, no matter how terrible your week is, they're always going to be there for you. They're always going to be solid, and they're just going to help you maintain a place of peace. And I mean, you can leave all the chaos, whatever this chaos is, whether this is work chaos or whether this is, group chaos or whatever this chaos is, you can leave that chaos and you can come to a place where this person is always going to be there. This person's always going to be, they're just always going to be steady. They're always going to be waiting for you and supporting you, and they don't care how bad you screw up. They don't care what anybody else thinks about you. They are just there to support you. So yes, sorry I couldn't give you a better outlook than that, but hopefully this will kind of at least give you some tools for the week. Let's take a look at this mudra card, the Karuna Mudra, Compassion, which sounds like you're going to need this week. It assists with compassion, joy, and harmony. That's the way the mudra looks. It relieves allergies and nasal congestion, assists an immune system, opens and directs breath to head and sinuses. The element of this is air. The instructions are to cup the left hand with the palm facing in toward the heart center and cup the right hand palm facing outward. Bring the fingers of the right hand to touch at the tips and then place them inside the cupped left hand at the base of the fingers. Relax the shoulders and back down. So like this. Focus, I sense, and open to perfect balance and understanding. So this mudra might actually assist you in those moments when things are getting crazy and you need to rein it in and not be too emotional. Maybe you can utilize this mudra. So again, cup the left hand with the palm facing in toward the heart center. Cup the right hand with the palm facing outward. Bring the fingers of the right hand to touch at the tips and then place them inside the cupped left hand. Relax the shoulders and back down. And think to yourself, I sense and open to perfect balance and understanding. That does feel nice. So group 1, I hope this helps you this week. I hope you have a better week than this is predicting, and if you don't, I hope you have a much better week next week. Thank you for being here with me. I absolutely love reading for you, and I welcome you back anytime you need any guidance. So thank you. Bye-bye. Hi group 2, this is your group, the Baby Wack-a-Mole group. Let's find out first of all what challenges or issues you're dealing with this week that you could use some assistance with. Spirit, what issues or challenges is group 2 dealing with this week that they could use some assistance with? What challenges or issues are they dealing with that they could use some help with? 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups, Strength card, and the Emperor. Okay, so somebody is passing judgment on you. They're treating you unfairly, and it's somebody who's got some power over you, maybe your boss. And it is taking every ounce of strength you have to not lose your cool about it, to not blow up at this individual. Yeah, so again, it's somebody who's got some sort of power over you, who's got some sort of authority over you. They have made a rash judgment or a harsh judgment, which to you seems unfair. It may be dead out wrong. It might just be that they've got a chip on their shoulder. This could also be somebody in a relationship with you, someone that you want to stay with, someone that you don't want to upset unduly, but they are, maybe they've interpreted something wrong or they blamed you for something that you feel like they shouldn't. And it's just taking every ounce of strength that you have, of inner fortitude, to not just blow up at whoever this is, but you feel like that will only make the situation worse. So that's the issue that you're dealing with this week. So Spirit, what is group 2 hoping to accomplish? What are you hoping to accomplish this week, group 2, with regard to this situation? What are you hoping to accomplish? Okay, so we got the 9 of Pentacles and we got the 6 of Swords. So you're really hoping just to kind of leave this situation behind you, turn a corner, and just sort of climb up out of this situation. You are really, really just kind of wanting to leave it behind. You kind of just want it all to go away, but it's not just that you want it to go away with regard to yourself. You're wanting it to get smoothed over with this other individual as well. You want them to see well, they may not be able to see the situation the way you see it, but you're hoping that they can get a higher perspective. You're hoping that maybe you can get a higher perspective. Really, you're just really hoping to move past this situation, just to kind of leave it behind, and not really think about it too much more. You're really hoping that it's not going to cause a big blow up, that it can just, that it can just, you can get through it, kind of smooth the waters over or ignore it, and it'll just go away. That's what you're hoping to accomplish. So, Spirit, what is Group 2 doing that is working for them with regard to this situation? What are they doing that's working for them? Okay, we're getting an awful lot of cards here. What is Group 2 doing that is working for them, Spirit? Okay, we got the Page of Wands, we got the Four of Swords, and we got the Temperance card. Okay, so what you're doing that's working for you is just kind of keeping this on the down low. You are, you're trying not to act rashly is what you're doing that is helping with this situation. You're really just kind of trying to keep calm about the situation. You're trying to keep quiet about it. You're trying not to say something that you're going to regret saying. You have this place that is sort of fiery inside of you, that you really kind of want to lash out about this situation, but you're keeping this door really tightly closed. And that's what's working for you right now. Just kind of keeping a lid on the whole thing and giving it some time to try and blow over. So Spirit, what is Group 2 doing that is not working for them? Group 2, what are you doing that's not working for you? Okay, let's see here. We got the Five of Swords, we got the Queen of Wands, and we got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Five of Swords. I hate to say it, but the impression that I get, it just pops up in my mind, is that what you're doing that's not working for you is to be kind of petty about the situation. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like this two queens energy here is almost striking me like the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. You know, off with their heads. And this Five of Swords actually is kind of that sort of off with their heads energy. So I feel like what's not working for you, I don't know if you may have actually said something that was rash and angry, or if you just want to say something that's rash and angry. But dwelling in that energy or actually bringing that energy forward is not working for you. So again, just sort of channeling this inner calm, that's what's going to work for you. Letting this crazy bitch get out. But this vindictive energy, this, just this sort of, I can do whatever I want. How dare you hurt me this way, or how dare you pass judgment on me. Just sort of this kind of feeling of superiority. It's sort of a knee-jerk reaction. I don't think it's necessarily the real you, but whatever this individual has done or said was just really kind of hurtful. And so you've got this energy over here that you just want to, tell them, go F-O. But that's not working for you. Don't do it. So what is Group 2's gut trying to tell them? What is your intuition telling you, Group 2? We should always listen to our intuition. We should always listen to our gut. It's much smarter than our ego and our intellect sometimes. So, your gut. Yeah, King of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, your gut is telling you you've got a good thing. So even though this individual has said or done something that was hurtful to you, the basic relationship there, whether this is with a boss or whether this is with, a significant other, whatever the underlying relationship is here, it's a good one. It's solid. It is something that opens doors for you, whether that's with your job or whether that's with a relationship. It gives you, it gives you like a view onto the world. It gives you access to good things, basically. So you don't want to throw it away because of this one incident. So your gut is telling you to really, really draw from mature emotions with regard to this relationship. Going back before this happened, looking at the bigger picture, not dwelling on whatever this particular slight might have been, because the relationship before this is a good one. It's a sound one. It's not just a flash in the pan. It's not an insignificant relationship. It is one that holds a certain amount of power for you and for the other individual to be in this relationship. It's a relationship that's going to open doors for you. It's a relationship that's going to provide you opportunities. It's a relationship that's going to benefit your life. So moving forward, you should act from a place of very mature emotion with regard to this situation. That's what your gut is telling you. So what is your spirit team telling you? What advice does your spirit team have, whether that be your departed loved ones, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, whoever it is that brings you guidance? What advice do they have for you? Let's see. I'm not sure all of these cards are what we need. We got the Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment card, the Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm just going to put all of these back because I'm not sure which one of these cards really are the message. So we'll see what else we got here, because that message didn't make sense. So Spirit, what advice? What advice are the departed giving to Group 2, please? What advice for Group 2 from their spirit team? Lots of cards again. Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, the Ace of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Death card. I think we've got a number of different perhaps departed loved ones or spirit guides coming through. So let me see if I can group these where they make sense here. Okay, so we've got so we've got the Ace of Swords, the Moon, and the Death card. So one of your spirit team is telling you to let this drop away, look inside yourself, and gain some clarity as far as where this incident came from. They really want you to let go of this incident because it's just an isolated incident. It was potentially said rashly. Whoever said this or did this or whatever it was may have just been having a bad day. They might have been really tired. They might have been distracted. So your spirit team is telling you to it's kind of intriguing because the Moon is a card of kind of internal darkness and things that are hidden from you. So the Ace of Swords is like sort of the ultimate gain some clarity card. So your spirit team wants you to look inside yourself, or examine the situation more closely and see what's hidden from you, see what you're not seeing, see what you're not getting, and see if you can gain some clarity from that. Because there's something here that doesn't make sense. I mean, this relationship is one that's important. This relationship, it's not important just to you, it's important to both parties involved in this. And it's a relationship that sort of hinges on both parties. You need each other, basically. So there's something that's missing here. So your spirit team is telling you to drop the face value. Don't look at the facts of what happened as much as look at what might have been behind it. There may be something that you need to change. There may be something that they were dealing with. So let's see. The other cards that we have, we've got the Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Six of Wands may go with this other... no. Okay, so the Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. These are... the Six of Wands is a card of... like celebration. It is a card of having won something or triumphed over something. The Ace of Pentacles is about the start of a solid foundation, basically. And the Three of Wands is basically about having choices that are... I mean, you've got... The Three of Wands is basically about having choices that are maybe difficult, but only because they're all so great. You have to make a choice of whether you want to be ridiculously rich or be ridiculously happy or be ridiculously famous, and that's a bad example. But the Three of Wands basically is saying that whichever way you choose, you have a bright future ahead of you. And the Ace of Pentacles is saying that you're on your way to starting a sound foundation for a very abundant life. And the Six of Wands, like I said, is a card of celebrating something that you've accomplished. So I think that your loved ones are telling you that by making it through this situation and not blowing the situation up or blowing it out of the water and not creating a bigger rift than what needs to be, by sort of tempering things and looking past this particular incident and remembering that this is an important relationship or an important job or an important whatever it is, and that this relationship between you and whoever this individual is that has upset you, that has judged you unfairly, in the past has been good. So by being able to look past the situation, let this go, gain some clarity, and act from that, you will be setting foot on a path or strengthening a path that's already started, that's going to bring you to a place in your life that eventually is going to be very, very sound and very abundant and just a good place. So that's what your spirit team wants you to know. So, Spirit, what is the best way for Group 2 to proceed? What is the best way for them to proceed? What is the best way for Group 2 to proceed? Okay, so we got the 10 of Cups, we got the 3 of Pentacles, and we got the Empress. So the best way for you to proceed is to be kind and gentle and loving with this relationship and work together. Have compassion for this other individual and work together. If you can start from a place of compassion and really try and not just work beside each other, but actually work together, whether that's bringing a relationship back to where it needs to be, whether that's completing a task at work, whether that is building a business, whatever that might be. The way to proceed is to be compassionate to this individual, to understand that they are that they have a life outside of this work, that they are that they are their own person who has faults and who loves and who has deep, deep emotions. And so these emotions might have gotten in the way when whatever was said or done happened. And they might very much regret that right now. So deal very compassionately with them and really strive to work together to fix this, whatever the situation is. So Spirit, can you please give us some signs that Group 2 can look for to let them know that they're on the right track? What are some signs to let them know that they're on the right path or they've made the right decision? If they're unsure of what to do next, what signs can they look for? Okay. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm noticing that we have yellow and red represented strongly in these cards. Yellow and red. There's also yellow on this one. So if you're seeing a lot of yellow and red together, you're at the mall or something, the food court, and there is a restaurant that has ketchup and mustard container sitting out front. If you pull up to a stoplight and you glance to the crossroads or ahead, and right next to each other there's a red and a yellow vehicle. Right here, I've got red and yellow on my wall. So if you see red and yellow, if you start seeing that together, or if you see it in a place that's very significant, maybe this individual that you're having an issue with comes into work, or the next time you see them, they're wearing red and yellow. That's significant. That's to tell you that you're on the right path. We also have horses in this card. So if there is something to do with horses that you're seeing, there's also an eagle, it appears. So if you see a large bird like an eagle or a hawk, that is a significant sign for you. We have got we've got major arcana here, which is intriguing. We've got stairs. Obviously, that's something that you're going to see all the time. But we've also got, on this one, okay, we've got a lot of arches. If you notice, a lot of the windows are arches on that one. This is a very famous arch. So if you are somewhere and you're seeing an arch on a building or something like that, if you're at the shoe store and someone comes to help you and they say, you know, do you want high or low arches in your shoes, anything like that, that could be a sign that you are on the right path, you're going the right direction. We've got water in a couple, 2, 3, 4 of these. Well, 3 in particular. We've got water, big bodies of water. So if you are, if you don't typically see like the ocean, and maybe you are, maybe there's something on TV about the ocean, or if you hear a noise that sounds like the ocean, anything like that, that could be a sign to watch for as well. We've got some mountains on 3 of these. Mountains, so anything to do with the mountains that stands out to you, that could be a sign. I'm just going to do like I did with the last group and show you these cards because something might stand out to you that does not stand out to me. So there's that one. There's that. This one. That one. And finally, this card. So, some signs, some things to watch out for there that might let you know that you're on the right path. And finally, what outcome can Group 2 look forward to? What outcome can they look forward to with regard to this situation? Spirit, please. What outcome for Group 2? Okay, let's see. We got a lot of cards again, you guys. So many cards. We got the Sun and we got the 9 of Cups. So these are both cards of a lot of happiness. We got the 7 of Swords. We got the 5 of Wands. 7 of Swords and the 5 of Wands are both cards that are a little bit confusion. 7 of Swords can be a card of things that are overlooked or left behind, and the 5 of Wands is just kind of basically sort of confusion or futility. And then we got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And so I'm wondering if this is representing you and this other individual. And if that is the case, I think I see what these two cards are meaning. If this is you and the other individual, these two cards appear to represent people who are just vastly different from one another. This card has a lot of plants, a lot of circular energy to it, a lot of bright light, but it's sunlight. This card has very severe angles, very minimalist, very straight and to the point. And so I think that it's possible that this is saying, these cards are saying that the two of you are vastly different individuals, that you have very different ways of seeing things, you have very different ways of doing things, and you actually might be confusing to one another. And so it's possible that this misunderstanding, this whole situation has come about just because you have very different ways of seeing things and of doing things. And so by seeking to overlook the negative emotion that came about because of whatever was said or done in the beginning, you can, by bringing kindness and compassion to this situation, then you both can find much more happiness. I'm really getting the feeling that you may have much more emotional outlook on things than this other individual does. If this is you, you've got a much more emotional take on things. And if this is the other individual, they have a much more clinical, analytical take on things. So by bringing some compassion to the situation, and I feel like you might have to be the one to bring this compassion to the situation, that everyone will end up being happier in the end. But it could be kind of a confusing situation to understand. I just feel like there's vastly different ways of dealing with things here. Let's get some more clarification on this. Spirit, can you please give some additional clarification, please, for group 2 on the Sun card? What is the Sun card here to tell them? The 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. So, with regard to clarifying the Sun card, I think that the 5 of Cups is saying that there has been this damage that's been done, but there's still potential for this relationship. There's still potential for this situation. There is still, it can be, the situation can be fixed. It can be brought back to a place of happiness. I'm still not quite understanding the message here, Spirit. Could you please provide some additional clarification on the Sun and the 5 of Cups, please? The Sun and the 5 of Cups. The 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups. Okay. Cups, 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 cups. We've got cups everywhere. So the key to this situation is in the emotion. And the other individual, or whoever this individual is, and perhaps both of you, because these cards are both swords. And so that might be what this means. Okay, let me back up here. I think that's what we have here. We've got the Sun, which is a very emotional card. We've got cups, 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 cups. We've got 4 different cups cards here. And then we've got 2 cards that deal with some confusion and some misunderstandings. Okay, so what this message is saying, thank you for bearing with me, I got it now. What this is saying is that the 2 of you are going about this very intellectually. You're going about this trying to figure things out by, analyzing the situation and trying to say, the pros and cons. You're making a pros and cons list, or you're writing down your grievances, and you're jotting down in the past what has worked and what isn't working now, or what hasn't worked in the past, blah blah blah. But you're analyzing this. You're breaking it down into a very intellectual place, and that is leaving you very confused, because the situation just doesn't lend itself to being analyzed for some reason. It's not making sense. The pros and cons don't make sense. The action that was taken doesn't make sense with regard to what the situation called for. None of it is making sense. So what this is saying, that is for the best outcome, what needs to happen is that this needs to be, I hesitate to say analyze, because that's bringing us back to the mental side again, but you need to feel into the situation. You just need to feel into the situation. You need to see what the emotions are behind the situation, whether that's the emotion that caused it or the emotion that's going to fix it or the emotion that you've always had in the past. But the emotion is going to be the key to this situation, not the analytical side, not analyzing it, not breaking it down and thinking about it. That's not going to fix it. What's going to fix it is knowing how you feel about this relationship, irregardless of what just happened. Just an overall, bigger, overarching feeling of what this relationship means. That's what's going to fix this. That's what's going to create the best outcome. So, hopefully that makes sense. It was a little tricky there toward the end, but I think we figured it out. So let's take a look at the mudra card that we got, Spaciousness, the Akasha mudra. And mudras, if you're not familiar with them, are hand symbols or hand positions that can be used to summon energy, to calm energy. They're just, they're used by Indian and Tibetan spiritual traditions, and there are many mudras, and they are just to kind of help with certain situations. So let me read, and maybe this will make more sense if you're not familiar. The Akasha mudra, the Akasha mudra assists with expansiveness, opening, and intuition. So I think this fits here too, because we want to open and see a more expansive view of what the situation is. It releases tension in the face, throat, and shoulders. It directs energy to the thyroid and parathyroid glands. It relieves chronic tension in the neck and shoulders, and it enhances intuition and hearing. All of these things are potentially happening right now that you need some help with. Its element is space. The instructions say bring the tips of the middle fingers to touch the thumbs. This is with both hands. Rest the backs of the hands on the thighs. Relax the shoulders down with the elbows slightly away from the body. So both hands like this. Rest them on the thighs and rest your shoulders down and elbows a little bit away. And let these rest on your thighs, and you can do this for a bit of meditation, just a little bit of deep breathing. The focus that you can bring to mind is spaciousness allows me to open to new possibilities. So to be able to see a clearer picture of what's going on here, this mudra might be very helpful. So bring the tips of the fingers to touch the thumbs. Extend the other fingers out straight. Rest the backs of the hands on the thighs. Let the shoulders drop. Elbows out a little bit. And think to yourself, spaciousness allows me to open to new possibilities. So, friends, I hope that this reading is helpful to you. I wish you all the best with your week. I love reading for you, and I hope I always welcome you back anytime you need any sort of guidance. And I thank you so much for being here. Have a great week. Bye-bye.